Now, we come to the Digital Media Award, sponsored by Google. Now, this award recognises innovation in websites, interactive documentaries, online features, as well as other digital technologies that encourage understanding of and engagement with the developing world. Here are the nominees.
Back in Touch. Life in Sierra Leone after Ebola. On our radar.
Back in Touch is an interactive documentary narrated by citizen reporters from Sierra Leone. Comprising 8 short films, the feature takes us beyond the statistics to reflect on the Ebola crisis in the words of those who lived through it. From a Freetown gang who mobilised in the fight back to one woman's search for her father's grave 18 months after his death. Back in Touch explores how communities, families and friendships were affected by Ebola.
Islamic State's Most Wanted. BBC World Service.
Islamic State's Most Wanted is an online documentary series that tells the astonishing story of a group of teenagers from Raqqa in Syria. Faced with the takeover of their home city by the so-called Islamic State, they choose to resist by countering the militant group's slick propaganda with an online campaign called Raqqa is being slaughtered silently. Combining on-screen interviews, video footage and animation, the series follows the courageous group as they document the abuses committed in Raqqa, at great personal risk.
كان في عملية إعدام بريف الرقة. ضغطت موبايلي لا أصور عملية الإعدام ولا أحصل على أي معلومة من هذا الشخص. سحبني واحد من عناصر داعش شايل سلاح وغطي وشه.
The Great Land Rush. Financial Times.
The Great Land Rush is an innovative online series that explores how global market forces are reshaping humanity's most fundamental relationship with our environment. Reporters travelled through jungles, wilderness and conflict zones to provide the most comprehensive account to date of a land rush reshaping lives across the globe. Combining photography, audio, video and narrative text, the digital series investigates deforestation in Indonesia, a billionaire's farm in Ethiopia and land struggles in Myanmar.
To present this award, please welcome the Head of News and Publishers at Google, Benedict Autrey.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. When I thought about what I would say tonight, I just reflected on some of the words that were passed on to me from the jurors, and I just thought I would share them with you, because I think, there is one winner, but it's also about commending, the work of those 3 nominees. So the story Islamic State's Most Wanted was told through on-screen interviews, and I think it's a report that stands out for the revelatory new angle from inside events on an already well-reported subject. And more importantly, it highlights the power of mobile journalism as a low-cost, agile format. The judges were struck by the sense of empathy and authenticity delivered by Back in Touch. And it's an interactive documentary made of 8 short films. And also, I think it conveys the great and permanent loss inflicted by the Ebola outbreak while generating a cumulative sense of redemption, of long-term conclusion, for a story that once dominated the 24 hours news cycle. And finally, the Great Land Rush. The FT team brings to light a story of growing geopolitical relevance by combining text, graphics, animation, podcasts, and an excellent website design to deliver gold standard research. So I'm really pleased to announce the winner of the Digital Award, Islamic State's Most Wanted.
It takes a long time to make a story about people who've been through so much and who don't trust anyone anymore. So I have to thank my very, very brilliant editor, Richard Knight, who every time I said to him, I need more time, but we're going over budget, he said, don't worry about the money, I'll worry about that, just win an award and nobody will ask how much it costs. So thanks for saving his arse. But for the longest time, I wanted to be a documentary maker chasing stories, but there are those people for whom the story just happens to them. And the boys from Raqqa is being slaughtered silently are like that. They were just ordinary guys, and Islamic State turned up in their town. And they chose to take Islamic State on using the media to show not just Islamic State's brutality, but their complete incompetence as rulers. And they've paid a horrible price for that. And as I was making this, I was wondering, would I have done the same? And the truth is, I don't know. So this is for those in Raqqa tonight, the nameless, who are still reporting under the nose of Islamic State and under the hail of bombs. Thank you.